Yeah, let's make a short movie about upper structure. 3.1 Stoneworks. I want to tell you about stoneworks. Stoneworks is the natural formation of stones or rocks is a very long process, which commenced when the earth was composed only of gases. These gases eventually began to liquefy, forming the land and the sea, the land being only a thin crust or mantle. To the still molten core, igneous rocks originates from the molten state. Plutonic rocks are thus in the lower parts of the Earth's mantle, and hypoxial rocks solidified rapidly near the upper surface of the crust. Stone rocks have various parts. Number 1 is building stone, number 2 is castone, number 3 is ashlar veiling, and number 4 is rubble veiling.
Manufacture of clay bricks. Different clay has different characteristics, such as moisture content and chemical composition. Therefore, distinct variations of the broad manufacturing process have been developed, and these are easily recognized by the finished product. Pressed bricks. There are two processes of the pressed brick manufacture, the semi-dry method and the stiff plastic method. Calcium silicate bricks. These bricks are made from carefully selected clean sand and or coarse flint mixed with controlled quantities of lime and water, resulting in a strong homogeneous brick that is ready for immediate delivery and laying. The bricks are very accurate in size and shape but don't have the individual characteristic of clay bricks. Concert bricks. These are made from a mixture of inert aggregate and cement in a similar fashion to calcium silicate bricks and are cored either by natural lathering or in autoclave. Mortars for brickwork. In the mortar is way carved than the bricks. Shrinkage cracks will tend to follow the joints and of the big brickwork and thus are reasonably easy to make good. If the mortar is stronger than the bricks, shrinkage cracks will tend to be vertical through the joints and the bricks, thus weakening the fabric of the structure. Future brickwork. Repetitive brickwork can be used visually very monotonous. Some relief can be proved with colored mortars and method of pointing.
3. Blockworks. A block can be defined as a walling unit exceeding the BS dimension specified for bricks, and its height should not exceed either its length or 6 times its thickness. This avoids confusion with slabs or panels. Blocks are produced in clay and for cement and aggregate mix, including wood shipping. And the blockworks have two types. Number 1 is clay blocks and number 2 is precast concrete blocks.
A wall constructed in two leaves or skin with a space or cavity between them is called a cavity wall, and it is the most common form of external wall used in domestic building today. Building regulation requires that building shall be so constructed that the combined depth, impulse, and wind advantage of cavity walls, no need for external rendering. Disadvantage of cavity walls slightly third in cost than a standard one brick thick wall.
Opening in wall. An opening in an external wall consists of a head, jamb, or reveals, and a sill or threshold. Head. The function of a head is to carry the load of brickwork over the opening and transmit this load to the jamb at the side. A variety of material and method is available in the form of a lintel or beam such as timber, steel, concrete, stone, and brick. Arches. These are arrangements of wedge-shaped bricks designed to support each other and carry the load over the opening round a curved profile to abutment on either side. Full detail of arch construction are given in the next chapter. Jambs. In solid walls, these are bonded to give the required profile and strength. In cavity wall, the cavity can be closed at the opening by using a suitable frame or by turning one of the leaves toward the other, forming a butt joint in which incorporate a vertical dam-proof course as required by the building regulation. Seal. The function of a seal is to shed rainwater, which has run down the face of the window or door and collected at the base, away from the opening and the face of the wall. Centers. These are temporary structures, usually of light timber construction, therefore.
Framed housing. As a constructor material, timber is comparatively light. It is therefore easy to handle and is less of a structural debt weight factor. The traditional masonry, manufacture and constructor techniques derive from the application of platform or balloon framing. The effects of timber movement are more easily contained and restrained in the small units of a platform frame.
Timber properties and grading. Timber varies from thousands of different tree species, but the botanical classification divides timber into hardwood and softwood. Hardwood are from broadleaf trees, most of which are deciduous, wholly being an exception. Not all hardwood are hard. Also, an example of a soft hardwood. Softwood are from coniferous trees, and not all of these are rapidly soft. For example, yew is a very strong, dense, and durable material.
This time I'll talk a little bit about timber deterioration. Wood is a very hard and strong material under normal atmospheric conditions. It can even maintain its structure in a permanent environment. In addition to being very durable, wood will last longer than many other building materials that succumb to the effect of rain, frost, and chemical. However, the standard of wood is softwood is the source of wood for plant growth in the form of fungi and certain insect species. Fungal attack. Fungi, unlike other plant growth, have a live on the natural chlorophyll or sunlight. Wood will readily consume organic material. Categories of root are attributed to fungi. Number 1. Brown root. So named because the wood become the dark in color. Number 2. Wheat root. This leaves the wood pale in color, soft and fibrous to touch. Dry and wheat root. Dry root. Dry root is known biologically by the Latin name Spirula retrumens of Merilius retrumens. This is a brown root leaving the timber dry and friable. Wet root. The growth and development of both fungi are similar to those of dry root. Wood fruiting, although these are rare. Retrognating and treatment. In new construction, prevention of woodworm infection by a simply treated timber is the only effective method of control.
Steel framed housing. Steel framed housing is similar to timber frame in that standard sections are used to make up a structural frame. The frame is lined with plasterboard and inflated with insulating material. An outer lath or brick cladding retains a traditional image and protection from the elements.